Why don't you go, hi, I'm Harry, and then one of us will go, and we are not robots.
Because I never say my name. And I'm Harry.
Hold on. Hi, he's Harry.
Hey, that's Pete.
And we are not robots. Thanks for joining us on the first episode.
Yes, I am.
Give me a knife hand already.
Not. Hey,
flashback.
Oh my God!
Today we're going to be talking about castles, and specifically.
Chess?
No, that's the rook, not a castle. Some people call it a castle. It's a rook.
But
I
is
play
it called
chess.
castling?
I'm a nerd. We're very different, as you'll see if you actually pay attention.
Yes. If you can't tell, we're different.
And emotionally.
Okay.
So we were talking about castles, not specifically castles of they are medieval, and we're talking about medieval times, meaning from was it 500 AD to around 1500 AD?
496, but yeah, whatever.
Being the nerd here between the two of us, I kind of figure I'd be the one that would show the exact number.
Some random time.
I don't know. I used Google.
BC and some other random time after BC plus or minus a K or two.
Well, let's go more specifically. We'll call it the fall of Rome and into, the age of, I don't know, someone will tell us.
Empires?
No, that's a video game on
my
phone,
bad.
I think.
God.
Well, and specifically we're going to talk about castles that were medieval, and they were in Europe, and then some rich guy said, hey, I like that, but I don't want to live there in BFE. I want to move it to my own BFE, specifically in New Jersey. Is that what you're saying, Harry?
Huh? Just general. I mean, if
you're blocking the sun, not your ears.
If we take, okay, we just take your random castle. Some guy goes, "Hey, I got a nice fat paycheck here. I want to live in a unique home. I don't want to build a home. I don't want a common home. I don't want a pool home. I don't want a home with a basketball court. I want a home with a court jester."
You want to be a king?
Aye, lad.
Ah, you want a Scottish castle. Or is that Irish? Which accent is that? I'm American. I have no idea.
I'm American.
You're American too?
I'm American.
Look at that. High five.
Hey,
go America.
I signed paperwork to become that.
You weren't born here? I was born in Louisiana. That's technically not a state, so.
Is that part of the United States?
They have the right to vote. So, ish? So anyways,
I don't think we're going to go down that road.
What kind of a rich guy goes and gets a castle from Europe and says, I'm going to put it wherever the hell it is that I want, and for some reason he chooses New Jersey. Obviously, he was not a fan of turning left.
Okay.
No, I don't know if he was or not. I don't speak Spanish, so if that's what you're what kind of guy here, Eric? Or gal. I don't judge.
A rich one?
Well, what kind of how rich does this person have to be? What do they have to do to get to that point? Because, I mean, I can barely afford McDonald's at times,
Bounty hunting.
Oh, well, that must pay a lot.
That's what hey, look, it used to be a career back in the good old days when I was young.
Wild West. That's a little further on than 1500, I suppose. The Wild West went from, 16 to 1800?
Yeah, it was a good time.
More along the lines of the 1800s. Post 1776.
It was definitely a good time.
I wasn't around then, so I don't know.
I know you young whippersnappers.
I just watched the westerns and
and all that was overrated.
There
wasn't that whole entire quick jump. Didn't happen.
They didn't have any quick draws. You don't think pew pew? None of that.
No, we didn't have pew
That's
pew.
like laser beams.
Pew pew did not exist back then. Thank you, though.
Nice
try.
Trick
Nice
shooters
try.
And the spinners of the.
What, are you sure you're not a robot? I keep seeing this.
I'm making fun of robots. Darn you, robots!
But
I gotta use a robot that, speaking of McDonald's, order at McDonald's now. You gotta use a robot when you're gonna check out of the grocery store. The self-checkout things, and it's got this screen.
It's not a robot, it's a scanner.
I don't know. It's replacing people.
Okay, but...
People are not robots.
Are you sure?
Well, if you do watch the Alien series, there are some that are, robots.
You see?
Michael, dated.
So you don't know.
Met my creator.
You don't know these things.
No, I don't.
I mean, You
So,
see people out in public.
let's get back to the castles. The castles specifically we're talking about. You said a rich pharmaceutical or
We're not going to point in any fingers, please.
okay, so he did something that was technically legal.
Technically legal.
It made a whole ton of money by possibly selling a. What's wrong with the fish tank?
I don't know. I see like floaties.
That's
Okay, we're
the
good.
sound of the.
That's the sound of the men. Okay, we're back.
All right.
And
Calm down.
commercial interlude there. Commercial interlude.
All right, so I'm really trying to keep us on track here. You're like, I don't want this to be an hour. I want 20 minutes. Oh, I'm gonna hit play when I'm in my car. My drive's longer than 20 minutes. Darn it.
25, big deal. Intro music, outro music. Okay, so getting back. So in essence, first off, you don't know the value of your average castle, ruined or in any current
I imagine the
semi.
cost of the castle alone would be absolutely tremendous.
No, what
I mean, they were
what
owned
is
by
absolutely
kings,
tremendous?
So what is the square root of $1 billion?
What is absolutely tremendous?
I don't know if you said $1,000 to a man that's homeless and has nothing, that would be absolutely tremendous.
Precisely, but if you
But-
said $1,000 to, say,
Bill Gates?
a Buffett or a Gates, and that'd be like, I'm sorry, I don't operate in some sense mall.
I don't get out of bed for less than a couple of mil.
Well,
That must be nice.
Don't know that we could say that, but I mean, when you start looking at bank accounts that possess that many zeros, $1,000, the price of a castle, may be within, someone's means.
Well, in your previous profession, you were at the point where you were actually looking at the prices of castles. What kind of prices were they on these castles?
Back when I was actually looking, you could actually get into a castle for between $500,000 and $750,000. Believe it or not.
That seems like a rather small sum of money. I mean, even where we're at here in Titusville, where it's not an expensive area to live, although granted the Space Center's coming in more again, and things are going up, prices are increasing, and it's making those who are the small fry living here like ourselves, harder. But we're not, no pity kind of thing, none of that stuff. But so we see houses now, like River Road, for example, has some that are a couple $1 million.
Correct.
And they could have bought themselves a castle,
Yes.
you're saying, and had a whole bunch of money left over to move it. So my guess is that the moving expense is going to be.
I'm not sure we're talking about a whole bunch of money left over to move it, because once again we're talking, first off, you've got to agree to. There's a difference between I'm going to go buy a castle on someone's land.
Well, I guess you got to find one that's start off for sale.
But the assumption is that land will be worked and maintained. Now, if you go in and say, hey, I like your castle, but I'm going to extract your castle from these grounds.
Have you met a castle you didn't like?
I'm going to extract your castle from these grounds and bring it back to the States with me. I am sure the price of the castle would increase because the presumption is it's going to pay off any local liens on the castle currently, and it's going to now be a regular tax levy.
You're talking about liens and taxes and stuff as if you are the king and everyone else is their feudal servant.
But we're talking about real estate and property.
Okay, so you already
So
got your
now
land that
your
you're going to bring
castle's
your
a
castle
thing.
to.
Yes.
And you said the one was in New Jersey. Obviously, he was a fan of not turning left. He chose New Jersey, and he wanted to pick up said castle and plonk said castle. He has
I'm not sure one plonks, but okay.
Well, okay, so it comes apart in pieces, and I can imagine it's going to be as easy as a jigsaw puzzle.
Once again, however, that's if you want to take the castle apart. I did pitch you a theory where we could move the castle whole.
My memory's not so great. Please go over this theory again, and I seem to recall there being something to do with giant spiders. Is that it?
No, there were no giant spiders.
Just their web.
First off, we take some sort of device. Most likely, we would have to call some sort of genius like Elon and have him build this for us, and we would trench around the foundation of the castle, exposing it.
Well, how deep is this foundation? These things have dungeons.
Exactly. Hence why we need to go to Elon and get some really cool device that we could like trench really quick and nice and clean.
Some sort of space age thing for the medieval.
A laser trencher.
Okay.
So we then trench the castle. But now we're going to jack the castle up upon its foundation so that we can place some sort of lattice underneath the castle.
Like the spider web.
Well, we did discover that, the tensile strength of the golden orb weaver is greater than steel.
Is that a real spider?
Yeah. You guys call it the banana spider.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, those big things the size of, the thing that looks like what ran around in Alien. Yeah, those. So the tensile strength of that web is actually greater than steel.
Actually, they look more like camel spiders.
Oh my God, do not envy you on that journey.
Yeah, those are not cool.
I thought they were hairy though.
I spent a few years in Iraq, and let me tell you, none of them reminded me of you.
So, moving forward, we extract web fluid from the golden orb weavers.
That just sounds gross. Web fluid.
And then we get an
I guess it's gotta be
individual.
lubed at some point.
Then we get an individual, and say we put like
Sticky.
the web fluid in like little cartridges so that the person could like shoot the web fluid around the base of the castle.
So you want to get a whole bunch of Spider-Man or
No.
Spider-Women?
Look, it's just
Spider
a
non-binaries.
person with a device that's going to spray this
Spider trans.
really strong substance that's going to hold the castle. Right? So now we've got this lattice laid out. And a la 1960s sci-fi movies, we're going to bring in a bunch of helicopters and pretend that the castle is Godzilla and we're moving it from point A to point B. So the helicopters hook up at the four corners of... Yes. And then they lift off with really well-coordinated pilots here because,
What
we
kind
don't
of
want
helicopters are we talking that's going to be
We're
able
probably talking like Hercules sky cranes.
not like a Russian Hind or
Well, actually, since we'll be in Europe, probably we'll have to get a Hind.
likely to have easier access to that. And
Yeah,
if the
that's true.
Russians are having a really bad economy time, they'd sell them.
Well,
And
we
you're already
don't-
rich,
Why are
so
we
you'd probably
buying
get quite
these?
the deal.
Why are we buying
Well, you
these?
could
We only
rent
need them. We only need
Temporarily.
them. Yes. So we
Yes.
pick up the castle.
Which one is going to have enough fuel to be able to pick up this castle and bring it to your gigantic ship that somehow you're creating?
Once again, it's a castle
'Cause
on
you're not
an
taking it
island
in
somewhere.
parts.
Where, if it's a castle in England, water's not that far away.
No.
So
But it's got to be deep enough to carry that ship that can hold the weight. So it's going to have good
fine, we
draft.
need airborne refueling. Okay.
Airborne refueling for the 400 Hind helicopters.
It's not 400. We
Well,
need
how
like.
many helicopters are you going to need in order
They
to pick up
only
an entire
needed
castle?
4 to pick up Godzilla.
In the movie.
How much is a castle can't weigh more than
Well,
Godzilla?
I mean, he is a Japanese kind of lizard, so maybe he's lighter.
He was the size of the Empire State Building.
Wait, which Godzilla are we talking about? Like the old?
We're not talking
Japanese.
1962 Godzilla. We're talking the current one that's like the size of like a mountain.
The one where it's not dubbed over.
We're
Okay.
talking the real big one. Or to pay homage to a client. Yeah.
Mecha Godzilla.
No, not Mecha Godzilla, because that would be really heavy because it's metal.
What if it's lightweight? What if he's made out of aluminum?
Oh my God, what have I done? All right, so once
Titanium
again,
Godzilla.
we've extracted the castle from the ground.
What is that space metal?
We've extracted the castle from the ground, and we're now flying it over to the cargo vessel.
Okay.
Right? So
I'm trying to imagine a squadron of helicopters carrying a castle to a absurdly big ship, sort of. I guess it would be a ship, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. It's
So-
one hell of a ship.
We set the castle upon the cargo vessel,
Okay.
and we proceed to sail the castle to a port near its final destination.
To somewhere near the Newark area, possibly.
Yeah, whatever.
Or wherever it is in New Jersey
So
that we're
we
imagining.
would then, once again, now we would have the Hercules sky crane.
Okay,
coming.
so we
So
have
now
all
we're in
these.
America.
So we're not taking the squadron of helicopters with us.
No, we
We're
did.
getting the different squadron of
We
helicopters.
we rented them.
So we use the Russian Hinds, and now we're getting the
Hercules sky cranes. Yes.
And
So
then we
we
can go Hercules. No.
Oh, this is not going well. Okay, so once again, now we're here. We pulled into the port. There are a bunch of people staring, going, "Oh my God, is that a castle?" Yes, yes, it is.
I would be more amazed by the web of whatever it is that's attached to a whole bunch of helicopters. I know you're imagining four. Well, they'd still have to show up. It would be like the Hive Collective coming and led by what 5 of 9. You know,
7 of 9. Actually.
Whatever it was.
But that was her brother 5.
Yeah, 7 was pretty good looking.
So the helicopters show up. We reconnect the cabling. Off we go. We pick up the castle. The ground, obviously, at the final destination has been cleared and leveled.
I saw those movies.
Only if
after seeing those movies, you don't want Final Destination.
If you drop the castle, it will definitely be Final Destination for a
only
lot of people on the ground.
Somebody's underneath that thing.
So we pick up the castle, we fly the castle to its destination, we set the castle in place where there's a work crew waiting to secure the castle to its new foundation, and the castle has a new home here in the United States.
So they've already prepped the ground.
Yes.
In the proper sizes.
Correct.
Using laser beams and whatever guidance systems
we'll
to
use
make sure
laser
that it's all
measuring,
proper.
and we're gonna, because we have to excavate for the dungeon.
Well, I'm assuming since they're picking it all up, they're probably bringing some of the earth with them. So they had to make like a whole
depends on how good
diaper or blanket or something underneath it.
It depends on how good Elon's trenching device was.
What kind of trenching device?
It could be like really accurate. So I mean,
are we talking about like the movie Core?
Exactly. So we've gone and we've mapped the base of the dungeon, the whole, and so we're good.
And then now we've placed our castle. All right, now
Lego.
Here's a problem with that because
which is what
from 500 AD to 1500 AD and beyond.
Beyond.
There was no plumbing. I mean, yes. Okay, Roman Empire, we know that it's got to be previous to that. But we're talking about it's got to hook up to a sewer system in New Jersey somewhere, wherever it is, Newark or whatever it is they're landing it at. And then it's also going to have electricity, which means that they're going to have to gut the inside of this thing because, it's a castle, and people from like 500 AD were a whole lot smaller. I mean, what's the smallest sarcophagus you've seen before?
Let's not
3
go down.
feet?
4-ish.
4-ish? And that was considered big. How big was this giant guy you were talking about?
Oh, Peter the Great? He was what? I think 6'2", 6'4", something like that.
Huge.
Back in that era, yes. He was a giant.
The NBA would be like, too short.
Look, so you've got your... It's not about this... Everything is not about size. You know?
Tell that to my wife.
I don't have that problem. So...
Let's see. Oh, it's that shade again. Gosh.
I meant the wife part. So,
once
again, everything is not necessarily about the size of the rooms. Would you? Okay.
Well, the tower,
hold on.
Rapunzel's up in the damn tower, and she's letting down her golden hair, and inside of that tower is going to be this tiny little room.
Is that like the emergency escape room? Rapunzel's hair?
But if you're rich enough, you could probably buy it and have it on standby. She's been combing and grooming that crap since the dawn of... Since the fall of Rome.
I was there. She wasn't around then.
You're not that old. You're only about 10 years older than me. What are you, 100 all of a sudden? Look out, Methuselah over
here. But it's not the size of the rooms in the castle.
But it's the motion of the ocean. No. Wait, no, that's not how...
You're a car guy.
I am.
You've got your bug. Your bug's authentic.
VW Beetle, yes.
You love your VW Beetle because it's authentic.
Right.
So it's not about the size of the rooms in the castle. It's the fact that you actually have a castle.
Well, I do like the fact that it's convertible so I can put my arm out of the window and still fit. Because the car is rather small.
But you could have bought yourself...
Well, I'm not making a convertible castle. You hit a little button. Obviously, you're rich. You're going to want that top to retract on its own.
That's the skylight.
Oh, gosh, that'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Well,
speaking of car stuff, they have them now where it's electric. You hit the button, and the skylight actually, or roof the glass piece that's above you just goes, and it's dark.
Why?
So they don't have to slide a shade by hand. That's what rich people do, man. They go, bing, I want a button, and it's going to go from I can see through it to, well, I can sort of see through it.
I know a guy named Rich, and he doesn't do that. So,
what's his last
once
name?
again,
I'm gonna meet this guy.
we get the castle because it's a castle. It's not about the fact that the rooms are small, the rooms are large. It's you have a castle. You have your own castle.
I'm still thinking that you're gonna have to gut the whole inside of the thing, and then
Wouldn't
you're gonna have to put up all the plumbing. You're gonna have to put up all the wiring conduits. You're gonna have
All right,
to hire
all
these contractors to put up all the boards. And it's got to be according to contract. It's got to hit all the blah 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 spacing, whatever it is, 3 feet or 2.5 or 25 inches on center or whatever the number is. And then they're gonna have to be there for 6 years in this gigantic castle, putting out a whole bunch of drywall and painting everything white, so you can come in and go, no, that's not right. I want this to be slightly off eggshell because I'm a rich stuck-up asshole or whatever.
Why do you have to be a rich stuck-up ass?
Well, you're going for authentic castle from medieval times. Obviously, something's a little loose upstairs.
Why is something a little loose? Okay, so
because you could have built a house and donated
hold on.
a ton of money to charity and got it back in taxes, enough from the taxes from donating to charity to buy a castle and leave it there. Turn it into a museum. Boy, that would be nice, wouldn't it? Open to the public Monday through Friday. Hiring a couple people to come give a tour.
You got a big brain.
Yeah, look at the size of my forehead. It's on its way out. A 5-head over here. I was born with this thing. Everybody's got a little Joe Dirt in them. I always said everybody's got a little Joe Dirt in them. Mine's the 5-head. Now it's not receding. I was born with this dome. My kids thank me because they get straight A's.
So, say that massive dome of yours comes up with some world-shattering idea.
Another one?
You bring your world-shattering idea to market. You eclipse the earnings of 95% of the populace. You go, I want to do something cool for myself.
I know, I get it. It's not the original thing. You say, okay, I want a replica of this. It's not the original. You want to buy the Mona Lisa. You can't get. I'm getting the Xerox copy. It's not the same thing. It may look the same. Some idiot somewhere that's alive still went and you can still put their mustache on there, and it's still gonna ruin the whatever. I don't know the accent I'm using here, but you could make all the copies of the Mona Lisa you want. It's still not a real original Mona Lisa. So I guess in the end, I get it. Because the copy could have been made by a robot.
Beetle guy.
Beetlejuice.
No, beetle guy.
Beetle girl?
Beetle guy. At
What
some
does
point,
that mean?
you make. So say you come up with your idea, and because you come with your idea, you've got all this excess. You've got cash, and people know you, and they go, wait, no, you're not. Making it rain. Thank you.
No.
They know that you love Beatles, and somebody knows somebody with production Beetle number 5.
The very first rolled off, and Hitler finally put his stamp of approval on it. That one.
It's gotta be Hitler.
Well, that's the guy who ordered them in the beginning. Ferdinand Porsche, I want you to make me a vehicle that can go uphill. And it's put the gas to the front and run to the engine, so the engine does not have a pump, and it can climb and go, 60 mile an hour? He wasn't even using mile an hour. What was it, kilometers at the time? What does Germany use? I forget. It's kilometers, right?
Gasoline?
Yeah, I mean, then gasoline was pretty cheap, too.
So somehow you find access to Beetle number 5.
Okay. And then I proceed to put it inside of a bubble, set it in my living room, and not put a TV next to it.
No. I'm just saying. So what would you do? You would fly to wherever Beetle number 5 was and go, oh my lord, that is in such pristine condition. I want Beetle number 5. And the guy's like, well, you're richer than 95% of the populace. Make me an offer
That's
commensurate.
not rich enough.
Make me an offer commensurate with Beetle number 5. And you go, blah. And he is all happy because now you did this, and Beetle number 5 is now in your possession. And, then Lattice and Elon, and they lift Beetle number 5 to a port.
And when you finally see it, the heavens open up and there's a big old hum.
Yes. But somebody else would go, but dude,
It would
that's
go
just,
a lot longer though, because they'd have the ability to sing.
Exactly. But somebody else would
It'd
go,
probably be in
but
tone.
dude, I wouldn't have spent that much money on a car. If I had that kind of money, I would have built myself a lovely home, someplace really cool to get away from the lunacy. Or what have you.
And then drive his fully electric Lamborghini and park him next to it. Here, Jeeves, plug this in.
The Mr. Fusion home reactor.
Mr. Fusion. Everybody knows I have coffee when I watch Radar.
So, just throw a banana peel in there and you've got enough power.
Oh, wait, wrong movie.
Yes.
Where we going? We don't need roads.
Finally.
Yes, finally.
Young whippersnappers have no recollection.
Oh, man, the incest in that film.
Oh, God. I'm not sure there's going to be a second one of these because, boy, we've crossed too many lines.
Well,
okay.
You got to blame it on the robots.
It's all their fault.
Well, the robots are the ones that say, you cannot cross that line.
Which line is that?
I don't know, whatever line it is they're drawing in the sand or on the,
I thought it was a meridian.
TV
Isn't
or
it a meridian?
the radio
Isn't it a meridian?
or the
can't
prime
cross.
meridian,
We can't-
possibly.
Why is it prime?
That's what
Did-
it's called.
wait,
I
does-
did not invent the globe.
Does Jeff have it?
Which
Is
one,
it-
Foxworthy?
Does it quickly get delivered? Well, it's prime.
Amazon. Yeah, maybe. If you got your subscription to it, you can have it delivered directly to your castle.
I wonder if I could get my castle directly delivered.
But since you have your authentic castle, you're going to be ordering more authentic other things.
Yeah, we need a nice footman's flail, a good high quality mace.
A headman's axe.
Oh, we definitely gotta have a headsman's axe.
Headsman's axe. And
Because we have to have security.
You need a chopping block.
No.
No.
Well, yeah, because then
Maybe.
if you don't, because then you dull your axe. on
Well,
the
you know,
ground.
what if you get
And,
invaded by like some
boy
people's-
band?
Oh, even worse. Oh my goodness, that'd be terrible. Oh, the blood. That would be just cleaning that up would also be too trendy.
So,
Ooh.
but you've got to order all the important things you have to have for castle protection.
Okay, so you need. Well, you don't need robots. Robots are out. No,
but
robots.
you do need oil.
What? Oh, so you can fill your moat and then light it
No,
on fire.
no.
You can put it on the tips of your arrows, so your guys in the.
No.
What are those things called then? The portcullis or?
The murder holes and the portcullis.
Yeah, they were cross shaped, so they can
Yeah. But no, you
Shoot
need
the
your
bows.
oil
like.
so that you can
Put
heat
their
it in
toe
your
up.
large vats
Ding!
and pour it on the invaders.
Oh, yes, the hot tar.
Or oil would suffice, yeah.
Hmm.
Tar would stain your castle. You just had it flown
Well,
over.
still-
Why would you stain your castle?
You wouldn't want it on fire either, because then it could burn.
It's stone. It's stone.
A stone. Let's not burn the castle.
You're not going to burn a stone castle.
Have
When's the last time you saw a
ever
rock
burned-
on fire?
burned a rock?
No, I haven't, which is why I'm asking
The
now.
closest thing to that is when one of those bands finally crashed their plane. And the drummer from that Liberty only got one arm.
I know when we burned the highway, what was that? Was that 2007?
Well, see, asphalt is made with Earl and stone. Rock.
Which Earl made asphalt? The
Not
Earl
like
of Asphalt?
the Earl Grey tea or whatever.
Wait, it's made out of tea?
We threw all that in the harbor a long time ago, man.
No, not in
That's-
the South.
that's Boston,
'Cause y'all
though.
drink that
Not
stuff
New
sweet
Jersey.
all day.
Yeah.
So there's plenty of tea here. Plenty.
Hot darn.
I don't drink tea. I drink my water by that.
Oh, that's probably vodka. Okay, nobody chugs vodka like that. Not even Russians. Not even robots.
So where were we? Now.
We were about to wrap this up so we can go home. That's what it was.
I still, once again, but you get my point though.
Yeah, I totally get
It's
it. Honestly,
authenticity.
yep. You sold me on the whole Mona Lisa. Was the Mona Lisa thing my idea or your idea?
Well, the Mona Lisa was my idea, but then I
What's the point?
retracted it to car because you understand the
Understand it's
Number
gotta have
five.
a motor, steering wheel, pedals, and horn. Beep beep.
if we had to do GWB.
Johnny Five is
Number-
alive. By the end of the second one, he's gold and sentient. He's a freaking robot.
He was no
But he-
longer a
Do you
robot.
think he actually go? Wait a minute. Do you think Johnny Five would go through the line where he had somebody else check out his groceries for him, or would he use the self scanner?
He'd use the self scanner.
Why?
He wouldn't even have to go through a line because he would self scan.
Bleep,
He's a
bleep, bleep.
robot. He could self scan.
Oh yeah, my
He would
wife's
have
got that
his
app
own
where she goes into Sam's Club and she's
interface.
like, "Yep, that's what I got. Scan. That's what I got. Scan." And we walk out. We don't even stand in a line or anything. I was like, I feel like we're stealing groceries here, but then you show me a receipt on your phone. I feel like, yeah, see ya.
Yeah.
Oh, you have that craziness too. You have wait, the Walmart one?
Uh
Oh
huh.
my goodness, everybody has these robots now.
Exactly.
You know what?
That way we can be more efficient and we can become like the people in Wall-E, kind of soft and squishy.
I have the gas station one.
The gas station? You're
Yeah, we're for Cumberland Farms. You go.
Oh,
beep,
oh,
beep,
wait,
and it
wait,
pays for my
laddie.
gas.
Wait, laddie. Ha!
Oh, you got it too.
I got it
Fantastic.
too.
Yeah. You know what?
Dueling apps.
We have a robot in the pocket.
Yeah, we do.
Pocket robot. Damn it.
Yeah, isn't that called a Roomba? It gets the lint out of your pocket. It's the pocket lint Roomba. There's one.
There's a
you know,
really
there's
little
one that
one
mows
that fits
the
in there.
lawn. There's one that mops.
How many
your-
Roombas would you need to put in a castle?
Why would you need a Roomba in a castle?
Well, I assume that after it's placed down, it's got plenty of dust for me and shipped across and then put back together. if
No,
it
but
was.
you gotta
Or
imagine
the
that-
original mason that you hired to fix whatever rocks broke on the way. 'cause
Okay,
of
once
rough
again,
seas.
how are you breaking a rock?
I don't know. Rocks break. Ask mountains. They have them break all the time. They
Well, it's
fall down there. They land on cars and go squish.
It's
or
a
they stop on the
castle
road
that
and
has
they break
withstood
things.
the test of time, standing
Yeah, all the way up
stoically,
until that rich guy went
in the
"Scoop,
countryside."
Let's drop this in the middle of New Jersey.
going,
Everyone, drive
none
around my
shall
car,
pass.
but you're only turning right. And you can't pump your own gas. No. Not allowed to.
But why is a rock gonna break after all that time?
Well, I'm assuming that these guys driving the helicopters, while professional, might be slightly out of unison with each other.
Nope.
So there might be a little.
So we write an app.
Wait, so it's robot helicopters now.
We write an app, and
The
it
Hive
synchronizes the helicopters.
Oh God.
So that you know synchronized swimming,
Yes.
synchronized,
Yeah.
so now you've got synchronized castle movement.
But then you don't need but one pilot.
Correct. And he doesn't even have to be in the helicopters.
Ooh, he can be the drone operator. We can use the fire scouts.
Who?
It's the unmanned aerial vehicle with vertical takeoff.
Can it pick up a castle?
I have no idea if it can pick up a dime, but it
That's not
made in
helping
the
me.
USA.
So once
that's
again,
what counts.
we hive mind all the hinds, and they lift off as one. They pick up the castle. So how are you breaking a rock?
Well, when it's landing on the ship, I guess it would have the laser beam so it could follow along the possible rough seas. So when they place it down, it's gentle. Or the whole thing could be pillow topped. You
Like
could
a
use
mattress?
Yeah, just a whole bunch of mattresses when you lay it down on its dungeon.
You just don't know how to do this stuff. I'm telling you. So
I have no idea how to move a castle. You're absolutely right. I've never done it before. Have you ever moved a castle?
So what you do?
I've moved mountains. I've moved men. Wait, what?
I've moved people to tears. So what you do is you create a floating deck so that no matter what's going on down here, no matter how rough the seas, the deck stays level. Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Yes, on a gigantic ship.
Yes.
Create a secondary deck.
Yes.
So when you place your castle down on it, you
Yes.
don't damage it. And use the second set of helicopters when we arrive
Correct.
to place it down in a properly laser guided hole
Correct.
that's already been cut out
Correct.
in your perfect spot.
Correct.
And now you own a castle.
Correct.
A real, original Michelangelo, Leonardo, Donatello castle.
Wait, the Ninja Turtles? That was a sewer, man.
No, we're not going all the way to Splinter. We're talking about the old artists. Was Donatello an artist?
Marshall.
I think he was. Leonardo,
Marshall.
Michelangelo,
He was
Raphael.
Marshall. Yeah, they were all martial
Yeah.
artists. Yeah, they were turtles.
Martial
though.
artists.
They were
Teenage Mutant Ninja,
Yeah.
not robots.
Exactly.
Yes. So today we've learned how to move a castle, and this is Harry.
I think that's Pete, but I'm not 100% sure anymore. He may have been replaced by a robot during the course of our filming.
I can neither confirm nor deny, but I do know one thing.
Anybody got an EM cannon real quick?
But I do know one thing. We are not robots.
I definitely am not a robot. There was no logic in this conversation whatsoever.
And I want to thank you for listening. This is the first one. And possibly, depending on... No, I think we're actually going to do more. We have to.
Yeah, because this was just too much fun. Too much fun.
Great.
So at some point, this may actually make sense. But
No,
don't count on
it will never make sense.
it.
It will never make sense. That's it. It never makes sense. You're gonna go full on Terminator. I'll be back.
Couch chat with the Reaper.